Welcome back to Access Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Fairy Tail episode 163. Now, if you remember from last episode, we see Black Snake versus Toby, and the clear-cut winner is Black Snake. Not much of a fight in my opinion, but moving on past that, we get to see Botchus versus Elfman. Now, originally it was supposed to be Botchus versus Urza, and it would have been more of an amazing fight in my opinion, but I digress. We do see Elfman versus Botchus. Now, the end result being Elfman's the winner. I didn't even see this coming. No, I'm being honest, I did not see this coming at all. But again, Elfman is the winner. Now, while they're fighting, we actually find out Carla and Wendy have been kidnapped by a group of bandits dressed in red. Now, Natsuo ends up actually saving them, and apparently these guys dressed up in red end up telling Natsuo and Carla and Wendy that Raventail was actually responsible for hiring them, even though that's not the truth. In fact, they've been kind of duped because the king was the one that hired these thugs to actually take out Lucy, to kidnap Lucy. So these bandits didn't even kidnap the right people. I mean, they were supposed to kidnap Lucy, not Carla and Wendy, so I thought that was kind of funny. But again, the king was responsible for hiring these thugs, so it has to do with the Eclipse Project. So again, that's the end of that episode, and I'll hold my final thoughts and my rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right in. Now, we open up this episode not exactly where we left off before. In fact, the last battle, the matchup finished, and we're taken to Urza, and she's praising Elfman. What? Urza praising Elfman? Okay, I don't even want to go there. It just does not sound right. But again, we do see Urza praising Elfman, and Elfman's actually in the infirmary. He's not even up to date, and he's not good, he's not healthy, he's passed out almost. And we do find out Wendy is now replacing Elfman finally. I'm like, thank God. Okay, Elfman, you're out. Thank you for winning, but you're out. So now we're taking the reserve back, and Wendy's now back in the mix. Now, while this is all going on, we see Grandine actually tell everyone that the next matchup's about to start. You guys better get the heck out of here, go check it out. And they do. And of course, this is where we opened up the scene at. Now, moving on past that, we are taken to a different scene with Carla, and she's talking about the bandits and how it just doesn't feel right. I mean, really, Raventail? This doesn't feel like something they do. I mean, they're low, but just something doesn't feel right. And of course, she is keeping all this information to herself. Like, she starts talking about stuff in her head, so she's not really talking to anyone else right now. She's just kind of questioning, is this really Raventail? And if it is, why Lucy? What is so special about Lucy, other than she's a celestial spirit wizard? Like, what does she have to do with this mix? But again, that's that little scene. Now, moving on past that, we are taken to the next battle. There's the pause. Wait, there's a pause. The next battle. You ready? Mary Jane from Fairy Tail Team B versus Jenny from Blue Pegasus. I was like, really? Both are two former models. So I'm like, huh. Models. Where's this going to go? No, it gets better. Now we're taken to a WTF moment. Yeah, a big WTF moment. It's a swimsuit competition. I'm like, wait, isn't this supposed to be a fight? I mean, there are really no set rules, so I'm like, okay, we're going with this. So they're doing a swimsuit competition. I'm like, sweet. Now, if you're a guy, of course you're gonna love this. So don't lie. Seriously, do not lie. You love this. I know they're fictional characters, but wow, the swimsuit competition was amazing. I mean, they're both former pinup models. Well, I mean, what's not to like about this? And again, this is a pinup idol showdown. Now, we are taken to a different scene. Now, they're both, Mary Jane as well as Jenny, they're using transformation magic. So it's equal magical leveling field, if that's what you want to call it. So it's equal magic-wise. This is an equal matchup. So I can't wait to see where this is going to go. But what's kind of sad? We see Mermaid Heel. Their guild jumps right in, and now they're in swimsuits. And it gets better. Lamey Scale, they jump in, Sherry and Cheria, depending on how you want to pronounce Cheria's name. And in fact, they're actually my favorite duo that jump in from Lamey Scale. They're amazing. And again, they're in swimsuits as well. And no, it gets better. We see Mavis, the ghost. She's the first Guildmaster of Fairy Tail. She's encouraging both Fairy Tail Team A and B, all the women, to go down there and dress up. She has magically appeared all these swimsuits. She's like, she came prepared, ironically. And again, Fairy Tail Team A and Fairy Tail Team B they're already down at the field. Although, you really don't want to see an Exceed on the field right now, because really, an Exceed swimsuit, yeah, not that attractive, but Carla jumps in anyways, she does it. But I digress. Moving on to a different scene. Now we see Mary Jane. She has 8 points and Jenny has 9. And I'm kind of surprised. You know, Jenny, she's actually pretty attractive, and she's not cocky at all. She's actually headstrong. But you know, I'm a Mary Jane fan, so I'm always going to be Mary Jane regardless. So again, it's 8-9, so Jenny's winning by 1 point, okay? So moving on, we do find out school swimsuits are next up, then bikinis with thigh highs and stockings. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing a fetish pattern here, a really big one. Then girls in glasses, then cat ears, then the best one, in my opinion, is the best one, the bondage. Yeah, we see Urza, Evergreen versus Urza. Evergreen, you know, wow, I love this girl, but Urza takes the cake. Her bondage, she had the outfit. I'm like, holy crap. Why couldn't it have been Urza versus Jenny? I mean, Urza would have definitely kicked ass even more. But sorry, I digress. But again, Urza beats Evergreen. I mean, hands down. Now, we are taking to a different scene now. The final dress-up for this little competition, well, I should say the next one is wedding dresses. I'm like, wedding dresses, really? And you have to have a partner, a male partner. So I'm like, wow. Wedding dresses, Mary Jane. Who's Mary Jane gonna have? She picks Markov, you know, the current guildmaster of Fairy Tail. I'm like, okay, I can see that working out. But, you know, Lucy, she's not even, I mean, these extra players aren't even getting points, but we see Lucy and Loki. Kind of figures. I mean, for a moment I thought maybe Natsuo was going to do this, but no, Loki and Lucy. But no, we see Liana and Natsuo. At least that's what the pair-up was going to be. I'm like, yeah, definitely. I could see this going. And then Lucy lands on Natsuo and wrecks it, and Loki disappears, and it looks like Liana is actually taking this pretty good, but it's weird, you know, seeing Natsuo in a tux, a white one, I believe, is like, he didn't even dress up, it's like just appeared out of nowhere, it's on him. But sorry, I digress. I mean, everyone else also had their own partners, but I'm not going to get into that. The matchup is just crazy. But, you know, I actually wanted to see Elfman and Evergreen. That would have been an interesting pair-up. But, you know, Elfman, he's out right now in the infirmary. But moving on to a different scene. It's a big WTF moment. It's the worst possible thing you can see. For a guy to see this, we see the Lemmy Scale, Oba. She appears in a goddamn swimsuit, and she silence. The whole crowd is silent. Not one person in the crowd is making any sounds whatsoever, because it's a disgusting scene, and that kind of just wrecks it. So moving on past that, I have to move on. Now we find out the score between Mary Jane and Jenny is 30-30, ironically. And you know what's even more interesting? Jenny, she wants to make a bet. I'm like, of course Jenny wants to make a bet, because she's getting conceited. Now she's cocky. This is her I'm going to win attitude jumping right out there. And Jenny basically says that she's putting this on the line. She's like, you know what? The winner of this bet, you know, doesn't have to be in Sorcerer's Weekly. So the loser has to be nude in the magazine. I was like, really? So whoever loses this bet has to be in the magazine naked? I'm like, what? And Mary Jane's like, yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Oh, wow. I'm like, really? I didn't see this coming. But you know what? Jenny, she's a sneaky little SOB. In fact, she had dinner with the judges last night and she found out what each one of the judges' women type are. So she has an ace in her sleeve. I'm like, figures, right? So of course, that's why she said the loser's going to appear in the weekly Sorcerer nude. So that's why she felt so confident with this bet. But sorry, I digress. Moving on. Now we find out the last leg of this battle, of this matchup, is battle gear. I'm like, oh, this just got better. This is now in Mary Jane's favor, because she uses her demonic Steria form, which is her strongest Satan soul. And it's beautiful. I mean, not like an attractive, beautiful, but, you know, battle gear-wise, it's an attractive outfit. And she beats Jenny hands down. So Mary Jane is the winner. And we find out Fairy Tail Team B now has 10 points, and they're tied with Fairy Tail Team A. So it's 12 points to 12 points. So you can see a pattern. I mean, competition and the matchup both go to Fairy Tail. Like, really? This just got so much. I mean, really? Well, I should say not competition. You know, matchup-wise, I mean, this is amazing. You know, Fairy Tail, both teams are now on the board. I can't wait to see where this is going. However, we are taken to a different scene with Mystogen or Mystogen, depending on how you want to pronounce his name, even though it's Jalel. And he's having this weird feeling about the games for that day. I don't know if it was because he felt something from Xerath maybe, or the Eclipse Project, but he feels something's out of place. I'm just putting that out there. Of course, we are taken to a different scene now. I didn't really like this scene because it didn't really make sense, at least for me. But we see Captain Arcadius, and he's talking with the Defense Minister Darton. And apparently the Defense Minister Darton, this Darton, we don't know jack about this guy, but apparently he is opposed to the Eclipse Project. However, he knows all about it, and he's working alongside with Captain Arcadius, kind of. And he finds out Captain Arcadius is keeping some of the project to himself, but he is really all the way up there. He's pretty much done with the project. In fact, he's trying to kidnap Lucy right now, since she's a celestial spirit wizard, and we don't know. As for me, I don't know where this project's really going. Manga-wise, yeah, I have a great idea. Anime-wise, no. I want to see where this is going to turn out. Is there going to be a little difference between the anime and manga right now? I don't know. Just that right now, Captain Arcadius is getting very eager to start the trials with Lucy, or at least a celestial spirit wizard in general. And again, Defense Minister Darton is opposed to the Eclipse Project. I'm just putting that out there. Now moving on past that to the final match of the day. So the final match, Kugura from Mermaid Heel versus Yukino from Sabretooth. Now I hope I pronounced her name right. Now I should point this out, Kugura from Mermaid Heel is the strongest wizard within her guild. And she looks like someone from Infinite Stratus, the anime series, because of her outfit, and she uses a sword, which is very interesting. And I should point out, we don't know their magic, which, like, between both of these wizards, we have no idea really what their power is. So I can't wait to find out, you know, what their power is in general. What kind of wizards are these girls? But again, it's an interesting matchup. I can't wait to see where it's going to go to. But we are taking to one more scene. At the end of this episode, we find out Yukino, she makes a bet, yeah, with Kugura. And apparently it's a serious bet. At first, we see Kugura say no, she doesn't want to have anything to do with this. But we find out Yukino says, you know what, let's up the ante, let's make this a serious bet. So you can take me seriously on this bet. We're going to put our lives on the line. Now when she said this, I thought, are they going to kill each other to the death? Is the loser going to off themselves? We really don't know. So I'm interested to see where that little bet's going to go. And again, that's the end of the episode. As for final thoughts, okay, Yukino, I'd like to know more about your background since you're with Sabretooth and this is your first time appearance. So you look serious, but you look adorable in a really, you know, brotherly sister type of appeal. But I like the hair, I like your attitude. Again, I can't wait to see what you're going to do in the next episode. Now, moving on past that, I should point out Kugura, you look like a character from Infinite Stratus, and you use a sword. So again, we really don't know anything about you, yet you're the strongest wizard within your guild. That's nice to know, but within the Grand Magic games, I don't know if you're up to speed with Urza or not. Maybe you're up on the same level as Urza. We don't know. But again, I can't wait to see what kind of powers you're going to show us, and if you're going to off yourself if you lose the bet or not. I don't know. I think Yukino is going to toy with you if she wins. If and when she wins, I think she's just going to play around with you. At least that's my assumption. You know, I think she's not going to fulfill your bet. I think she's going to hold it in her hands and just dangle it in front of Kugura. But that's just me. And you know what? I'm going to throw out one more final thought. Captain Arcadius. About this Eclipse Project, we still don't know anything about it other than you need Lucy or at least a celestial spirit wizard to activate it or start it. Because in this episode, we see what appears to be a door or a doorway to someplace, and it needs a celestial spirit wizard to activate it or something along those lines. So again, I can't wait to see more about this Eclipse Project, as well as Captain Arcadius. What's his next move? Again, we don't know, and I can't wait to find out. Now moving on to the final rating, 4 out of 5. Now, again, I give this a 4 out of 5 instead of a 3.5 out of 5, mostly because of, well, Mary Jane versus Jenny. Come on, I'm a guy, of course I'm going to give that a lot of points. The swimsuits, all the outfits, Urza and the bondage outfit. Come on, an evergreen. Yeah, seriously, and the wedding dresses? Yes, I have to give points there. I'm sorry. Well, why am I apologizing? I love that. I love this episode, so of course I'm going to give points. So bear with me. I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. Was there drama? Was there emotional attachments in this episode or anything along those lines? No. I mean, wedding dress wise, we get to see a little build up between certain characters that are engaged with each other. I mean, there's not so much Loki versus Loki and Lucy, but more or less, well, Liana and Natsu, I thought there was going to be more of an emotional thing because of the wedding dress, but you know, Lucy kind of wrecked that, so I can't really go there. But you know, moving on past that, was there really any more emotional attachment or anything along those lines? Not so much. So again, final rating, 4 out of 5. Were there any matchups and fights worth watching other than, Mary Jane and Jenny? Yeah, but it was the last matchup, Kugura and Yukino. But we haven't, that was the buildup of it. We'll see in next episode. And again, final rating, 4 out of 5. And that ends it for my final rating. And again, that ends it for my walkthrough and review of Fairy Tail episode 163. But again, comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, definitely subscribe, let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you thought of the next episode that's coming out. And again, check me out on Twitter and follow me if you like. And again, sign up for my forum as well as check my other websites out and let me know what you think of them as well. But again, guys, that ends it for now, and I gotta wrap this up. There are no more walkthroughs and reviews to do for today that I'm aware of. If there is, I will keep refreshing my page to actually see if there's One Piece or Naruto Shippuden or Blast of Tempest, something that's out there. I'm pretty sure nothing else is going to be released today, but if so, I will definitely share it with you guys, and I will do my reviews and walkthroughs. But again, guys, I gotta go. I've got to wrap this up. I gotta hit the bricks, and before I go, I have to say it, and I always say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.